For centuries, scholars, historians, and theologians have cautiously approached the enigma of the ancient Sumerians, a civilization so old, so inexplicably advanced, that its very presence challenges everything we think we know about human history. Buried beneath layers of conquest and time, their story was reduced to shattered clay tablets, fragmented myths, and indecipherable symbols. Until now, something extraordinary has occurred. An artificial intelligence, trained not on speculation, but on decades of archaeological data, linguistic research, and comparative methodologies, has achieved what many believed was impossible. The first complete and unfiltered translation of several ancient Sumerian texts. But what emerged wasn't trade records or harvest logs. It was something far more unsettling. These translations speak of beings that once walked the earth before us, of knowledge passed down from forces beyond the stars, of cycles, destruction, and rebirth stretched into history like echoes of forgotten ages. And most disturbingly, they speak of warnings, urgent, specific, directed at those who would come, long after the fall of their cities. Now, with the veil lifted by artificial intelligence, we are left with a chilling question. What if the ancient tales of gods, sky beings, and engineered life weren't myths at all, but memories? The rise of the Sumerians wasn't gradual. They appeared almost overnight in Mesopotamia, around 3100 BCE, already equipped with city-states, codified laws, complex mathematics, astronomy, medicine, irrigation, and a writing system that still challenges modern linguists. How is that possible? While surrounding regions were still living as nomadic hunter-gatherers, the Sumerians were charting the heavens and constructing ziggurats aligned with celestial events. For decades, scholars have suggested theories from lost civilizations to cultural diffusion, but none have fully accounted for the magnitude of this leap. Now, aided by AI, a more provocative theory is emerging. What if their knowledge wasn't developed, but inherited? The newly translated texts refer to events that predate known Sumerian civilization by thousands of years. They speak of forgotten eras, long-vanished beings, and a legacy passed down like a cosmic inheritance. And if that's true, then everything we thought we knew about the origins of human civilization may need to be rewritten. They speak of an era when gods descended from the skies, not just bearing tools, but delivering the foundations of civilization itself: writing, agriculture, metallurgy, and celestial knowledge. One account even names a being called Enki, who is said to have gifted the seed of intelligence to a primitive people. But these ancient texts don't read like mythology. They read like records, precise, matter-of-fact accounts of contact with entities of immense power and purpose. And what's most unsettling is that the Sumerians didn't just worship these beings, they served them. The most groundbreaking discoveries came when an AI system analyzed a set of tablets excavated from the ruins of Nippur artifacts, long dismissed as religious or ceremonial gibberish. But once digitally reconstructed and translated using neural networks trained in symbolic decoding and medical terminology, their meaning became clear and astonishing. The tablets contained descriptions of advanced anatomical knowledge, references to organs, pulse rhythms, antiseptics, even procedures resembling modern surgery. One passage outlines a step-by-step operation identical to today's treatment for cranial pressure relief. Another describes a sealed metal vessel containing liquid lightning, perhaps a primitive battery, or an early capacitor. But the revelations didn't stop there. The AI flagged and coded references to atmospheric manipulation, selective crop genetics, and devices that used sound and vibration to alter states of consciousness. The language was cloaked in symbolism, but the technical precision was unmistakable. These weren't rituals, they were instructions, protocols, passed down by beings described as those who came in shining chariots. And if these texts are to be believed, what we've always called mythology may actually be memory. One of the most unsettling discoveries in the translated texts was a recurring symbol, a spiral. It wasn't isolated to a single artifact, but appeared across ancient ruins, separated by vast distances and millennia. Traditionally believed to represent the sun or cycles of the cosmos, the AI's analysis suggested something far more ominous: a mathematical sequence, a countdown. One passage in particular described a future moment when the heavens would realign and fire would fall, not from divine wrath, but from the sky itself. While many dismissed these writings as metaphorical or mythic doomsday visions, astronomers reviewing the decoded text noticed something disturbing. The celestial alignments and dates mentioned matched real cosmic phenomena: asteroid flybys, solar maximums, planetary conjunctions. It became clear the Sumerians weren't simply mythologizing the stars. They were observing, documenting, and most of all, warning. In one chilling line, the AI's translation read, "Those who forget, the first fire shall burn in the next."